Today is going to be very easy, very straightforward. It's going to be something that's actually, people have said it. I don't know if it's like internalized for you or it's either internalized, but you don't know what it means. And obviously the famous quote, it's all about just showing up. I don't actually know the exact quote, but it's something along those lines of just showing up. That's all you have to do is just show up. And people are like, oh, okay, great. Like, what's the context behind that? Like, what's the reasoning behind that? Like, I just show up. What do you mean by that? So it took me about 2 years to finally figure it out. And it really came down to a couple of the networking events that I would go to, and then the series of events that happened afterwards. So in other words, I would go to a networking event, and then out of nowhere, I'd like email them and be like, oh, it was great meeting you, and da-da-da. And then afterwards, they would reply back and say, it was great meeting you too. And I'm like, yeah. And then we'd go out for lunch, and then, you know, they would buy something from me, or I would sell their home, or they would refer me business, or I'd help them out with business. And then I really dialed it back. I said, like, what made me, or what was the introduction? And then it went all the way back. It wasn't the lunch. It wasn't all those things beforehand, the reaching out. It was just showing up to the networking event. So what I can tell you right now is networking events are useless, okay? So that's a bad example. But anytime you show up to someone that you're afraid, there's always that socially, that high caliber, socially adept person, that person that's like very popular or plays at a very high level, that their frequency is very high. I look up my videos for low and high frequencies, but those people that you look at on Facebook that are really playing at a high level, the people that they have more money, they're fitter, they're more successful, more intelligent, they have a better social circle, whatever the case is, we know the people on social media that are just playing at a higher level. Maybe they have DVDs about their products, they go to speaking engagements, they're invited to, you know, keynote speeches, and they also have coaching on the side. You know, people that are really playing at a high level. We're all afraid at some way of like being around them because, and just follow me here. Just follow me here because I know there's a lot of doubters out there that are like, oh no, I can say hello to everyone and everyone is on my level. Well, no, that's not true. There's people that I follow either social media, like a guy like, say, Simon Sinek, who wrote the Start With Why and Leaders Eat Last. If I saw him, I'm like, he's playing at a higher level. He's done multiple TED Talks that are top watched. He has 2 best-selling books. The guy's playing at a higher level than me. I don't care about age. Yeah, he's older, but it doesn't matter. He's playing at a higher level. So if he goes, hey, listen, come out to this party, I expect other people on Simon Sinek's level. People, and he lives in New York City. I would expect people that are playing at a best-selling author level, people that have done multiple TED Talks, people that have a very successful business, or if they're a 9-to-5, they're doing very well. They're CEOs, COOs, CFOs, something like that. So there's always people that you like look up to, and then out of nowhere, they'll invite you to a birthday party or a gala or a charity event or a fundraiser, and then you're like, I don't know if I should go. Those are the people you need to go to. Those are the events and that you actually need to recognize as value. Those are the ones I wouldn't show up to. The ones that I would normally show up to are the people that are playing at my level, say friends and other people and people below, like say people that I'm like, oh, I used to be friends with them. And like, I'm not saying this in like a highfalutin way. People know, like, people play on different levels. It's just a fact. Just get over that, all right? So the biggest thing is just showing up, but just showing up to the right events. Showing up to the events that you're afraid to go to, that maybe it's a little more expensive. But when you show up, the point of showing up, I can give you this as an incredible tidbit that I received when I was younger, is show up and don't talk to the people you showed up with. Show up, but don't talk to the people you showed up with. Meet other people. Don't give your business card. Take their business card. So the showing up, the reason we don't show up sometimes is we're tired. We had a long day at work. We don't feel like it. It's too far away. Whatever the case is, whatever excuses, you're like, it's going to be boring, or I'm not going to know anyone, or the people that are there, I don't know if I have a connection with them. Those are the ones you need to go to. Those are the ones that you're the least comfortable and the ones that push your comfort zone. Those are the ones that I grew the most. The ones that I'm like, oh, I'm definitely going. It was just like any other party. It was just like any other birthday party. You knew who was going to be there. You knew what you were going to talk about, and you knew how the night was going to go. When you go to an event that you have no idea who's going to be there or what's going to be discussed or the quality of the crowd or the quality of the fundraiser, the charity event, or whoever, you don't know who you're going to meet, that's the fun ones. Those are the ones you need to go to because that pushes you outside your comfort zone. I'm telling you right now, this is really funny. So the ones that actually had that I went to and I had the most doubt going to, I went to the next morning as what's his name? Darren Hardy calls it, and as Brian Tracy calls it, the Big Mo. When it goes from the night into the morning, you literally push yourself from the night into the morning all throughout the day. So then when you go throughout the day, then you go into the night. And then at night, then you do something that also pushes your comfort zone, which goes into the next day, and now you have momentum, the Big Mo. So with events, I cannot stress it enough. You have to show up. Just show up. When you're tired, when you don't want to, when you can't afford it, when it's too far away, when you don't know anyone, when you have no idea what it's about. You have to show up to those. Those are the ones that you're gonna meet the best people. You're gonna just feel alive. The ones that what's funny is that I wasn't really that excited to do this topic, but I'm really getting into it because this is exactly how I expanded my comfort zone. This is how I expanded my social circle. This is how I introduced myself to other people to people that were movers and shakers, to influencers in New York City, to the people that I shook their hand and I had no idea that they are making $750,000 a year. They're only 35 years old. They're a huge investor in a bunch of companies. Because I mentioned this one guy, Gary Vaynerchuk, to a friend of a friend, and he's like, "Oh, I've been in multiple meetings." Okay, that's different than me. I've seen Gary Vaynerchuk talk. I've read his books. But if you're meeting with him and then he started going into it, I'm like, whoa, like you would have no idea. That was a perfect example of I had a ridiculous long day at work. I did not want to go meet him out. I was kind of afraid kind of deal. Like he's playing at such a high level that I'm like, oh. But I went anyway. And listen, I connected with the guy and he's like, yeah, come by. We're having sports game where we watch sports games all the time. There's also another guy there. I went out to drinks with him. You don't know who you're going to meet when you're going to meet them. However, when you go to the ones that you're comfortable with, you know exactly who's going to be there. Those are the easy ones. I'm not talking about the easy ones. Showing up to the hard events, the ones that you just go, I don't know. You know, or like that pretty girl that's like, hey, listen, come for the weekend. Come for this trip. It doesn't even have to be for the night. It could be for the weekend. I had one of those earlier this year. One of my buddies that I play hockey with is like, hey, listen, come to this event or come to this this house out in the Hamptons or whatever. I forgot where we were. It wasn't the Hamptons, but someplace out east. And I was like, And I'm like, I don't know how exciting it's going to be. I met amazing people. I met a DJ. I met a girl that we ended up going on dates. It was unreal. It was like, I couldn't have thought of a better way. And then I could preface this, is that when you go to an event, bring someone with you as well. Bring someone that is playing at your level or higher. Don't bring anyone that you're very comfortable talking to. Bring someone that makes you a little uncomfortable talking to. So you know what I'm talking about. Those people that if you go on social media and someone posts a photo and they get 150, 200 likes on a boring photo, that's someone playing at a high level. They have a lot of influence on people. Those are the people that you want to be surrounding yourself. Those are the events that you want to be attending. Those are the people that you want to be inviting to your events. Just show up. That's it. That's part of my ebook that's coming out. Just showing up is number 7 on it. That's how important it is. All right. I hope this helps. Subscribe to the channel below. Oh my God, I'm so flustered. Channel below. I also have a vlogging channel. Subscribe to that. That's also below. And follow me on Instagram. Those are my 3 favorite, whatever you want to call it. Have an awesome day.